phone call. There we go. I was getting a phone call, so I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all caught that. Let me get y'all angle so y'all can always see Sky. Typically, when I'm sitting in this seat, Sky gets in her seat, and that's where she's decided her seat will be. So that's why. And I need to quit looking over here, y'all. The camera view is right here tonight, so it's a little flipped, but we'll work with it. I hope y'all are doing just fine tonight. And as you watch this in real time or at a later time, just drop something in the comment below. Let me know how you doing today. I hope y'all can still hear me well. Everything looks to be on and going. So yeah. While people join in, and thanks to whomever just hopped on just now, unless you post in the comments, which let me get that up in case y'all will make comments for me tonight. I can see what you're saying and respond to you, especially if you have questions about the things I've been posting about lately, and just digital products overall. Again, y'all, I'm no expert, but I can find you the answer if it's something I don't know. But I just want to be transparent with y'all about my journey in starting digital products. So, like I said in my previous lives, y'all, I am a Jill of many things, many trades. So I'm trying to die empty. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to use everything I'm packing and what I believe, the good Lord gave me to work out for my good. Okay. And if I can do it, I definitely want to extend that to other people who are also multi-skilled, multi-talented, got their hand in a little bit of everything. So if you're tuning in for the first time tonight, what's up, Scorpio SG1? I see the wave. Thank you so much for joining. If you're tuning into my live for the first time and don't know a thing about me, I am Trinice. On this channel is I am Trinice Productions, because I will also use this page or this channel to post other creative content like my filmmaking when I start to release films. So y'all get the behind the scenes and everything. And so that is going to be what I segue into digital wealth and how I plan to use it to market myself and really get my production side going. So yes, I'm talking about like building wealth and using digital products to do so. But like I said in my previous live, and feel free to go back and watch any of them that are posted. Digital Wealth Academy is more than just you being able to resell the course. Now, granted, if that's all you want to do, you definitely can. I stand by the product being solid in just my experience in it so far. I'm about a week and a half to 2 weeks into it. And so I haven't focused on making sales just yet with it. I'm mainly getting the information so that I can position myself online a little bit better and get better at digital marketing. I'm looking right here because the comments are right here. So yeah, that's my goal right now. So once I start to actually sell and, get those sales or whatever, I would definitely screenshot that and share that with y'all as well. But right now, my focus has been making my way through the modules. You don't have to watch all of the modules, as I've been told. And when you get in there, if you decide to purchase it, you'll see where the modules are topical. So I'm targeting the ones that are my interest, like affiliate marketing, since I told y'all, it will be moving to that. So it's moving away from MRR, which is master rights resale, to an affiliate setup where you get 90% of the profit. So we'll go to commission based versus what it was previously. Still no changes to the overall academy experience. The modules will be updated and you'll still get that information, all of the templates and things of that nature. So no worries there. The only difference is that it's going to be commission based with that 90% and you'll get a custom link. But I say all that to say, y'all, I'm in there right now studying. Okay. I'm in student mode. I'm locked in with the mentor. I'm also locked in with the modules, making my way through the topics of interest for me, because as I told y'all, I'm multi-talented. I have many things that I want to explore in this digital world, and I'm going live every day to bring y'all along in that journey in real time. And okay, so that's the goal here. So when I'm on here with y'all, definitely post in the chat if you have questions. You can post comments. You can post your concerns, your hesitations around anything really. If you're struggling with engagement on your pages or getting, sales, or if you're trying to see if it's something that you should do just getting into the digital world overall. It doesn't necessarily have to even be Digital Wealth Academy, but just what are your reservations or concerns around being online. And then also like platforms, discovering which ones will be best for whatever it is you're thinking about doing. For me, I used to be on a lot of different social media pages. If it's your first time tuning in, I have a heavy background in media. So I did a lot of different shoots, a lot of different styles of journalism. And so finding that right social media page was the biggest issue I had when I used to have a pretty large size audience for my media page at the time in Nashville, Tennessee. So once I was able to narrow down where my true audience was, and what they wanted, I was able to really get the type of traction that I was looking for. So to anybody watching this that maybe is in that same vein, you putting some content out there that's media oriented or video footage or photos, and you're not getting the clicks, you're not getting the likes or the comments, I would say explore different social medias and what each one is designed to do, if that makes sense. So y'all remember when Snapchat was around? From my understanding with that, it was like making, very short 10-second, clips, and you had to make them captivating enough for people to, engage with the content. It seems like now with TikTok, you can do longer form content, but it's still got to be engaging. Like the overall look has to look captivating and really wanting someone to keep watching. Versus something like Instagram, people can kind of take their time on your page. Like people are used to scrolling, looking at photos because it hasn't always had videos. Does that make sense? So if you have something that's fast paced and ever changing, you may want to consider, looking at something like X, I think is what it's called now instead of Twitter. So that's like always been fast paced. And supposed to be informational with like links to redirect you to whatever you want to spend more time on, be it an article or, whatever live stream of news or whatever it is, versus something like Facebook where people are trying to connect, right? They're spending a little bit more time watching long form content. They're like locked in for several minutes, if not an hour, because I've seen some people post stuff that lasts that long on Facebook and they get thousands, if not millions of views. People are showing recipes in full length from start to finish on how to cook things and how to use stuff. So people are storytelling, giving testimonies, the whole nine. So if you're interested in using your skills to really further yourself in your wealth building journey, like I would say for sure, that's a good start. See what social media platform will work best for you. Personally, just giving y'all my testimony with it, I found Instagram most useful and Facebook. But I got off of Facebook like 2022, 23. It was like shortly after that weird window we all were in during that time from 2020 to like 2023. So it was like shortly after all of that ending, all of the health hiatus and concerns and all of the things around what was going on. When that started to kind of taper off, I was like, yeah, I don't want to be a part of the Facebook scene anymore. Like it's really draining my energy. It's really making me like not like a lot of people that I used to like or respect. It's also making me like not want to share on here, which I don't share in general anyway on them pages like that. I mean, I was bringing people along in how I was coping with everything, but not like super personal. It was mostly just encouraging people and giving them, content to watch. So I was doing my Saturday park adventures. I was, doing a podcast at the time and still planting and growing gardening. So I had a lot of content that I was able to provide people during that time. So I really think that like, if you sit with the type of content you think you want to do from your phone and what's most easiest for you to use too, because some of them platforms is not easy to use on your phone, depending on which route you go. Like what's the one that a lot of people struggle with? It's a new one. Like, is it Lemonade or something? I can't remember. It's Lemonade. I think a lot of young people are on there, but something about it. They're still working out kinks to it, from my understanding. So I would just watch that. I would stay with the big, what, 3 to 4. You have Instagram, X, Facebook, and TikTok. The big 4. Because those seem to do really well. And the people that are in Digital Wealth Academy, that's giving their testimonies and things of that nature, they're on those platforms. A lot of them on TikTok and stuff and Instagram, and they're seeing a tremendous amount of income and like sales and the whole nine. So it's very possible it's something you can do. But for me personally, I think I'm going to keep running it here on YouTube. I like going live with y'all, which I didn't know I would like, be honest with you, because I had never been live on YouTube, and I didn't consider this a platform that I could do that on fully for something like this. So we're gonna rock out and see how this continues to go. Thank you, Envisioning Wonderland, for joining me. I see you in the comments, and Scorpio, if you're still in the building, and then to whomever had hopped on earlier. I can't see you unless you comment, but we like silent viewers here too. But yeah, so that's just a little bit about me, y'all. I found Instagram super useful. It had the IGTV series thing that it had rolled out, so I was able to create like a series on there called Let's Talk Gardening, and that has been going since. So it's actually about to hit a new season in March, so I'm gonna be releasing content on my Instagram. If y'all want to check that out, definitely do so. I'm gonna post this in the chat, just in case others join in at a later time or rewatch this. That's my Instagram. You can follow me right there, and you can also follow me on my other Instagram page where I post gardening content, and I'm talking about the Let's Talk Gardening content, where I go around taking tours of farms and gardeners locally and show people like how to grow within their current space. So if you're interested in either of those things, definitely hit me up. I'm just getting this typed up here. There it goes. So yeah, but that I Am Trinice one, that's going to be with a lot of the stuff you're seeing on this page. Like if you about wealth building, if you about making money from your phone, and I'm definitely locked in over there to assist you. I even have a money team you can join if you're interested in that, where we just holding each other accountable and, reducing debt and reaching our financial goals, the whole nine, whatever it is you have an interest in financially. If that's something you're interested in, definitely hit me up on that Instagram. The first Instagram page posted at I Am Trinice, but the Let's Talk Gardening is for gardening content, solely gardening content and tree conservation efforts. Anything nature oriented, you're going to get on that page, because that's where the market is for that. And so that page right there, I got a lot of things planned for. If you want to stay even deeply connected to me and what I'm doing locally in terms of projects here and stuff, definitely DM me your email on there, the Let's Talk Gardening one, and I'll get you signed up for my email newsletter that comes out monthly. So the first one was already really released for the year, for January, but the second one is getting ready to come out. Actually, I think I have it planned to come out as late as next weekend, but it may come out sooner. I may be able to push it out by Saturday or Sunday, which I guess if it falls on Sunday, that's kind of next week. But you get what I'm saying. It's finna come out, so it's a good time to lock in. So if you've made it through this much of the live already, I know it may seem like it's a little all over the place, but I assure you there's purpose behind the madness. Definitely give this a thumbs up if you're watching. Drop some in the comments to make sure that YouTube knows people wants to watch this and push it a little bit better. But also, truly, if you're someone trying to start your wealth journey, or trying to get into the digital product game where you could just have something to resell, if that's all you want to do, I would highly suggest you checking out DWA. Like I said, right now, I'm not mostly using that to resell. It'd be nice to make sales off of it while I'm learning. Sure, I'll continue to post a link and encourage you to check it out. And if you want to purchase, you certainly can at my stand store. But for now, what I'm focused on is the information, because I'm in student mode. I'm learning everything that it has to offer me, so that when I do launch to start reselling by any means, but I am taking my time and learning what I need to learn to position the products that I'm thinking about, selling even outside of DWA. Is, as you see, I have my hands in a lot of different things, and this is the DWA is helping me bring all of what I am together and presenting it to y'all. So I'm not in rush mode to get a sale. If it's something you want to do and you want to purchase it because you feel like this will be, something that you can create that passive income and be one of those people making that $500 a day that I'm discussing and talking about, and also sharing testimonies with you, hey, by all means, use this link in my comments. Let me post that up there, and I'll pin it as well, and you can check it out and at my store there. I'm gonna pin it on the in the comments. There you go. So it's the pinned comment there. It's that stand.store/I am Trinice one that I post in all of my reels. And you can check it out there at a later time. You also have the ability to look at the freebie on there. So that freebie is just an inside look of the Digital Wealth Academy before you make a purchase. You don't ever even have to. You can just look at that and determine if it's something that's for you or not. Honestly, I don't know anyone that it wouldn't be for. But I mean, I guess if you're inconsistent, you don't have a phone or internet, then yeah, it probably ain't for you. But if you are like most people, have at least a phone, some sense of internet connection, rather that be a public Wi-Fi that you can use for a certain amount of hours out of the day, or your own personal internet connection. And then if you consistent, if you consistent in showing up for yourself in this product, putting the work in, getting what they're teaching you out of it and applying it, like using those templates that they provide you. Like, you don't even have to build out that stuff. They have it. It's a done for you course where you can go in there and just customize it and then sell the product from there. If you have that, you're good to go. This will be a great product for you. You don't have to do nothing but sit on your hands pretty much once you get in there and pull those templates and then post and take the advice and the knowledge they're giving you and be consistent in showing up in this space. You'll be like one of them people with that money coming in passively. What do you think you'd be willing to do with $500 a day? To those of y'all still watching, type that in the chat. What can you do with an extra $500 every single day? Mind you, to sell one course, you already there. So think about it. It's much easier when you think about it that way. It's much easier to make that number. That's one sale. What would you do with an extra $500? I'm gonna tell you right now, it can go a long way. You put another 5 with it, even more. It's even better. So that's the thing about it. You got to start thinking about like how it can benefit you and what you can use it for. Scorpio says save up. Exactly. Hey, you can save up. You can pay some things off depending on what you're looking at. You could treat yourself to something. Be it for me, I'm always thinking about gear. So I can save up for bigger and better gear for the types of shoots that I'm looking at doing, storytelling wise, or I could get, a new lens, like mics, the whole nine. I can splurge on my dog, as y'all see in a lot of my reels, and y'all gonna continue to see. Don't get it twisted. You're gonna continue to see my baby and I enjoying life, because as I've posted in even these promotions around DWA, just informing y'all about the product, like I'm serious about affording myself leisure in life, affording myself experiences, and not breaking the bank to do it. So like y'all gonna see more of us going out and enjoying ourselves. Today here in Nashville, man, it was like 75, 77 degrees. It wasn't muggy or hot like humidity in the South can get. No, it was just like a cool, chilled 75, 77, clear sky, sunny. So she and I went walking a couple of times today. And then we rode to the store on my break, and I got me a little box pizza to throw in the oven for lunch. And so we've been chilling. And after I'm finished here, y'all, I'm gonna go on and go out and ride for a little bit if I'm still feeling like it. I may take her for a walk through the park, do a late night walk through the park, but I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I'm serious about affording myself more time with her and just people in general, like just to experience more in life, create more, memories and experiences, through experiences that I have with others, and like being able to not slave forever, that 9 to 5, getting wrapped into that 9 to 5 cycle. Although I love my job. So I guess that's a little thing that I can share with y'all that differs a little bit, I think, from me and most people you may encounter who's entering the digital world. It's not that I'm running from my 9 to 5. I just want the flexibility of being able to say, like, I don't have to work the 9 to 5. That makes sense. Because I love the job that I do. I work a pretty important job, and I get to service. And I think that's why I love it, because I'm full of service. I like doing things for others. I like bettering things. I like building out systems that will work no matter who's sitting in the chair. So I like just, I don't know, making things easier. And so this job definitely affords me to do it. Is it an easy job? Absolutely not. It's not at all. Sometimes I get people who call in, and it ain't no talking them down from what they calling in about. They set on it going the way that they see it going, and the only way they see it getting resolved. And you have to, kind of walk them out of that and let them see, okay, this, I understand that's how you feel, but these are the options you have, and then also educating them about like what options they have and why. So I don't know, being able to put out their fires is definitely something that I enjoy. But is it easy? Absolutely not. But it's full of service. Like I work with, people of a certain age demographic that sometimes feel forgotten about, sometimes feel like don't nobody care. And the problems that they're facing is pretty costly to them. It would be to anyone. So, I mean, they call in kind of stressful, but they talk to me and it be all good a lot of the time. There are people who call in angry, and like I said, you can't talk them off of the decisions and the resolution they've come up with, but you can put out their fire still, Yo, Envisioning Wonderland and Scorpio, if you still in the building, how's y'all's night going? But yeah, speaking of service, y'all, I'm gonna catch y'all up on another thing while we in here, because we almost near the time I'm gonna hop off, because I said 30 minutes, and I think it recounted a little bit because I had, like, it was saying reconnect, so I'm thinking like there was something that happened. But yeah, I think I was like 20 some minutes in already. So we may be already over. And if so, that's fine. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, speaking about service, man, I'll just go ahead and share with y'all, a pretty cool weekend I've had into this week. Like I even got some good news today on my job, just about like achieving more in the current role that I'm in. So I was giving praise for that. And then I'm also being stretched a little bit by getting more responsibilities on the job, more leadership responsibilities. So I'm pretty excited about that. But to find that out today, right after doing what I just did over the weekend, was like, wow. So yesterday, I hosted a community event to bring together different families in the neighborhood who have been there for, at least during, or at least at the time that the home that they currently live in or their families have lived in was built. A lot of them, and then some who moved, maybe at a later year. But for the most part, this area has been untouched and hasn't experienced too many changes like the rest of Nashville is experiencing. And so the families have been there. And my family is one of those families that's been there, not when the home was first built, but shortly after. I mean, I say like 10 years is still pretty young, but it was probably in the 90s when my family moved into the area, and those homes were built in like the 50s and 60s. So I guess it was some time now I think about it, but still they've been there from the 90s up until now, so it's still quite some time. But the other families have been there since it was built, or like 10 years after it being built, or somewhere in that time frame of that 1 to 10 year mark that it was built. So the community event I had was to honor some of the people who had passed that were original owners or still a long-standing resident of the area, and nothing like that has been put into the area. So it was pretty cool to surprise people with, their loved ones' names being on some benches we had installed in a right-of-way area. But what makes this project really cool too is that we had to depave a slip lane. So now it's like you take this, what do they call it, impermeable, or like, thing, like you take this whole pavement up and you remove that entirely. So that's a permanent change to the landscape of this right of way. And then you replace it with greenery, and you replace it with actual grass and trees. And what I did in this spot was I created a mini food forest. So it's filled with all native trees, but some of them are not ornamental. They're actually, fruit trees like persimmons. And there's a pawpaw tree out there. I mean, a pawpaw tree. I don't know why I said it that way. A pawpaw tree. It's out there. Then there's a dogwood, that particular dogwood that fruits, I was told. So I had an arborist that I worked with. Shout out to Jason. Yeah, so we were able to design this whole mini food forest in the same spot as these memorial benches, mentioning some of the longstanding residents in the area. And granted, everyone in the area that's passed couldn't be represented because the benches can only hold so many names. There's like character limits per slate on the bench. So we're thinking of ways that we, may or may not be able to represent everyone, but that's the ultimate goal. I actually had an idea come to me earlier today, but I have to work through getting it approved, seeing what, Metro says, because that is the right of way. They will be the ones mowing the lawn, taking care of the upkeep, and that type of thing. So once I'm able to work through those like follow-up things, I think it'll be something that's representative of a lot more people that are loved by many in the area that have had to say goodbye to, and were long-standing residents, if not the original homeowners. And then the other thing that I know I'm going to make mention of and try to change is definitely accessing it. Now that we are using this space as a space to sit and enjoy and have events possibly down the line, we do need to make accessing it a little bit safer. Right now it sits in between the two-way. And so I would like to see, or right behind a two-way, I would like to see it turn into a four-way, especially by it being on a hill. So keep your eyes on this page. I think I'm really going to open it up to following me along in real timing in my day or in my planning with these types of things and projects, because as someone who have had my hand in the gardening world and also like tree conservation efforts and doing things like this in the community, a lot of community leadership going on, people are curious about that. And so since there's been an interest expressed in that on one of my other pages, and then I'm sure eventually if I post more like green content on here, that may be something that comes up. I think I'm gonna get ahead of it on here and just start bringing y'all along in recaps at least, or in real timing, behind the scene footage of day in the life of me, day in the life of doing whatever project. Not necessarily me, I should rephrase that. Day in the life of creating a documentary, or day in the life of, getting a right of way converted to, a memorial mini food forest. I didn't think about that when I was doing it. Honestly, y'all, I don't be thinking about documenting the stuff that I do, but I'm going to get more intentional about that. I have some stuff coming up, so I'm hoping I can bring y'all along in it, especially as I present and speak to people at panels this year, or do any type of public speaking. I'll think about y'all, okay? I'll think about y'all. Drop a thumbs up in the comments if y'all want to see that type of content. But yeah, that's my spiel for the night. If there's ever one, catch y'all up on what I got going on, why I'm choosing DWA, because again, I think it's a solid product that I can learn a lot from, and others as well. Like I said, if you're someone who, has been struggling with engagement, getting viewership up, or just getting your stuff started. Like it even walks you through that. It has so many modules on mindset and getting your actual store set up, getting your actual business out there, digital marketing. They have a crash course and an intro to digital marketing comprehensive course. So you can save yourself time by watching the crash course if you're a short form learner, or if you have the time and can sit through some videos. They're all pretty relatively short. I'd say I haven't had to watch like hours, 2 and 3 hour videos. You can do that. I mean, it's pretty flexible. Go at your own speed, get this done for you course, and explore the templates and see how you can customize them to make them your own. But yeah, that's my why, y'all. And that's some stuff I'm thinking about doing, to use all of my skills, to really hunker in on making money with my phone for a lot of the skills that I have, as a videographer, as a storyteller, as a gardener, and yeah, and as an insurance producer. I made mention of that in the last one, so I really haven't mentioned it in this one. But again, if you are new here, you may not know who I am. I've talked about myself as a videographer and photographer, but I am also a licensed insurance producer, selling life insurance. So I try to reposition people for, the better. If their main concern is just final expense, if they, leave this world, they want to be covered and don't want to have to worry about what happens, to their financial or their family's financial life after their departure. I try to secure them. Y'all hear how loud that is? Word to the wise. No, word from someone who now is a lot wiser. Don't live on a main street, okay? All right. Woo, you live and you learn. When you move, you figure out what it is you like and what you don't like. I realize I don't like that, so I'm not gonna be here forever, okay? In this space, y'all may see this change this year, which I'm sure you actually will. Let me just put that out there because I'm not renewing. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm an insurance producer, licensed in Florida, Tennessee, and Texas. But what I like to do is secure people, with the peace of mind of leaving. I realize that's a legitimate fear of a lot of people, and rightfully so. The price of everything is going up, including burials, cremations, and things of that nature. And hence why you see a lot of GoFundMe pages and things of that nature from people, because people simply don't have. If you don't want to do digital products, if you don't want to sell anything or build your own business, or get behind the hustle and bustle grind of things, and you just want something to stack while you sit, insurance is definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go. That is the way the rich has always went, and they just haven't been forthcoming about that. By the time the rich speak on it, they tell you you're supposed to work hard to grind and get it, and that's how you achieve wealth, and that's simply not true. Insurance has been a vehicle they've used numerous times to secure their way in life financially, no matter what mistakes they made from whatever age to whatever age. They take out these certain policies that will secure them no matter what, as long as they make their payments on time, or when it's agreed upon. And the reason why I say it that way is because some insurance, where like in the past, historically, you used to have limited insurance policy types. Life insurance was basically all final expense. Now, insurance has progressed to you having annuity abilities, which is entirely different than just final expense. And then you also have the flexibility in payments. You have cash value. You have all of these different types of plans that you can depend on that will fit your current financial makeup. So you don't have to have everything all at once to get an insurance policy started. You don't have to be able to make a consistent payment every month. You can do it bi-weekly. You can do it, by quarter. You can do it, yearly. You can do it monthly if you're comfortable with that. Like there's so many ways semi-annually. Like, there's so many ways you can make your premium payments. There are so many different types of insurances where you can be flexible in payments. And there's also like ways that you can also have the policy paying off itself. As you take out ones that have cash values, you can use that cash value however way you want. You can cash it out. You can use it to pay your insurance policies premiums. You can completely just redirect it into another policy or investment vehicle of some sort. It's so many different things you can do with your cash value and your policy. So what I do as an insurance producer is try to educate people. When they come to me and they say, hey, I have this idea in mind, or this is the type of policy that I wanted to serve me this type of way, I roll out all the ways that they mentioned to me and say, hey, well, based off of what you told me, these are the ones I would recommend. I also make sure I get their budget first before anything else, so that I don't go over what they can afford. Because the last thing I want to do is, listen, yeah, I may make more in commission, but that's not my goal. Last thing I want to do is sell you a policy you can't afford, and then you give me a charge back and things of that nature. So it's just all about educating people on their options, how to like invest in themselves, and ways that they can make money while doing nothing. And insurance is one of those. So if you are interested in that, I will drop my Calendly link in here, and you can set up a one-on-one with me. It'll be 30 minutes long. We'll get on a Zoom call. You don't have to get on camera if you're not comfortable with that. I will get on camera because I personally want to make you comfortable in seeing my expressions on my face when I'm saying things to you, so that, I'm not trying to pull one over on you. That's not my character, but I do like to put a face to, the voice and the name. So again, you don't have to join me on camera if you set one of these up. You can just kind of hang back, ask your questions in chat if you're more comfortable with that, or unmute yourself and speak. But that is my Calendly. To anyone interested in setting up a one-on-one, grab that link and schedule your one-on-one with me. So I'm realizing, y'all, I'm seeing a lot of yellow in that I posted 4 links tonight, which I think is one more than the usual. You have my Stand store. You have both of my Instagrams that I keep active, and especially Let's Talk Garden. I'm circling back to that one all year this year. So y'all stay locked in there if you're into gardening content. But then you also have my Calendly link, where you can set up that free one-on-one 30-minute session with me to talk about your financial goals, where you can go about it. And if I have any digital products that can suit what you're trying to do. And if not, redirect you to those sources that may help you in being able to reach your financial goals. Because ultimately, y'all, it's not that I'm trying to make a sale. Would it be nice? Absolutely. I'm not going to turn away a sale, but it would be even better if you walk away with exactly what you came in for it. So that means getting that financial education you need, or starting whatever, I say wealth building tool that you invest in, rather that be DWA for if you are an entrepreneur or someone who's multi-talented and can really utilize your skills to build wealth. Or if you're somebody just want to resell a product and don't want to customize anything, or customize or build your own product, because that does take time. You want something that's already done for you. DWA will be that. Again, you can check out my Stand store and get that free inside look of DWA to see if it's even right for you and what type of content you'll be working with. All it will ask you is your name and an email address. The reason why it has to ask you for the email address is because it's going to send that freebie to you immediately. Okay. It's not going to delay. It needs somewhere to send it. And email is oftentimes what people are comfortable giving. That way you don't have to feel like we will be harassing you through, calls or text. We'll email it to you. You can open it up if you want, or you don't. But you asked for it, we will give it to you. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, if you comment wealth on my Instagram page, then you'll get that link sent to you as well for freebie to get an inside look on DWA. Sounds good, y'all. I think that's a dope deal. If you're still with me at this point, give this a thumbs up. Make sure you like this live. And that'll encourage, YouTube to do its thing about passing this to other people who may be like-minded and interested in this. But you can also help in spreading this out to other people you think will benefit from this information, may want a one-on-one with me, may want to just follow me and be nosy and see how this thing pan out. Tell them, come on over. We good. We good with that, because I'm a skeptic too, and I like to watch and see how things work out. But yeah, you have all of the links. I said I was gonna go for like 30 minutes. I think I've exceeded that. All right, so I think we good to go. We about like the first day I went live, and we went for almost an hour. So to everybody who's been hanging with me all of this time, I think it's like my phone's still cracked, y'all, so I can't make it out. But it looks like it's about 3 people still hanging in here with us. Some have came and gone, So I appreciate all of y'all that stop in. I appreciate all of y'all who commented. Envisioning Wonderland and Scorpio SG1. Envisioning Wonderland, I've seen you in here before. That's party bus one. That's the Nashville Turn Up Party Bus. Commented from the previous live. Y'all make sure y'all check out Envisioning Wonderland on Instagram as well if you headed in the Nashville area. And if you want to book an event, she had listed she was an event planner in the previous one, as well as travel agent. Just look her up on Envisioning Wonderland on Instagram. And also check out the Nashville Party Bus, Nashville Turn Up Party Bus. I think is what she was calling it the last time. Y'all can look that up on Yelp, as well as contact her on YouTube, or not on YouTube. You didn't say you had a YouTube, did you? Or if she did, just check it out, because it looks like it's one. That's what she commented with. So Instagrammer, Facebooker to book that if you're going to be in the area. But yeah, to all of y'all who were silent viewers, but always check in. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. If you're ever comfortable, drop a comment in the comment section. If you watch this at a later time, I appreciate you as well. I hope this information has been useful. Again, I'm available to you. If you make a comment, I will respond. If you send me a message on Instagram, I will respond there. But again, you do have the Calendly if you like that personal one-on-one. And you can also take a free inside look, a DWA, if you're considering it as your first digital product to resell. Okay. If y'all don't have any other questions, I believe I've exceeded my time here. It's been dope, like always, to just chat with y'all and catch up. I'm glad I was able to share a little bit more about myself and how my weekend has went, and my wife for doing this. As always, y'all, be blessed in every day that God gives you. Your life is full of purpose. Until next time, deuces.